Welcome everyone, it's Dylan from Class 1A bringing you another My Hero Academia chapter breakdown. This week we have chapter 357, Wounded Hero, Burning Bright and True. We kick off the chapter back in the Endeavor versus All for One fight. Endeavor has pushed aside his doubt and is really giving AFO the business. And this is the first real fight he's actually ever been in danger, since fighting All Might of course. But even when he fought All Might, he was just at a fraction of his former power. And that's because Dr. Ujiko gave him an anti-aging quirk that, while he was able to live basically forever, made him only have a fraction of his former power. So the fact that Endeavor has to go all out just to stand up against AFO right now, imagine if this was Golden Era AFO, just no chance. Endeavor's a real force to be reckoned with here. Hawks then sets him up, and then Endeavor uses Vanishing Jet Burn on AFO. And Endeavor is fully mentally back here. This isn't a martyr mission for him. He is here to kill AFO, and he needs to be firing on all cylinders. But I just want to talk about these panels too. Horikoshi is doing an amazing job. I mean, just like take a look at how amazing this is. As AFO comes crashing to the ground, heroes and villains make way because Endeavor is coming through. And once again, simping so hard for Horikoshi in his panels. I mean, just look at this. Look how amazing and badass he makes Endeavor look here. As AFO tries to reach out against Endeavor, he spills fire straight from his eyes to burn AFO's hands. And Endeavor's burning so hot, he literally has fire just pouring out of his eyes here. We have never seen this from him before yet. Endeavor then talks about why he is fighting. He is here to constantly pay penance to his mistakes and do everything he can to make sure the mistakes don't affect the next generation more than they already have. And again, this just talks about breaking the cycle so well. Endeavor realizes his mistakes can't be undone. All he can do now is use every bit of his power to make sure that those mistakes aren't felt anymore by the next generation, more than they already have been. And the important thing here is that he doesn't want the next generation to make the same mistakes that he made. Then, Endeavor embraces All for One and begins to burn him to ash. This is AFO we're talking about. He always has more plans. And we end the chapter back with Deku as something is quickly approaching him. He has a bad feeling about this. Okay, and so we just have to talk about what's going on with AFO. What is this like secret plan that he has in store for Endeavor? So a couple bits of things that we know. He's talking about sacrifice a lot, about how he can use his body now, that it's useless so he can sacrifice it. And he also just double confirms this by saying that heroes aren't the only ones who can make great sacrifices. And then we see this panel with Eri and all the bullets around her. So it has something to do with Eri's quirk and these bullets. So we know that Shigaraki was able to get some of these bullets from Overhaul. Now, I think what happened here probably is that he gave them to Dr. Ujiko. Ujiko basically reverse engineered them. Probably gave AFO this quirk in some way. Maybe AFO's grand plan here is to use the eraser quirk in like an area of effect around him. And it's so unstable and not able to be controlled that he might just undo himself along with everyone else in the area. I think whatever is going to be coming here, we're not going to see AFO after that, but it is going to be deadly to many heroes. So what actually happens next besides AFO's plan that's about to happen? Well, we still have to check in with what's going on with Deku. Now we have to be wondering, who are all the dots flying towards him? Now it's a lot of dots there, so I don't think it's the assassins, because we already know that they're grounded and they're fighting other heroes. So my guess is that they're probably Nomu, maybe High and Nomu, that are there just to slow Deku down. And what's really important about that is that means Shigaraki and All for One are going to see their final form in UA, actually have enough time to fully form. Which is incredibly scary because Deku will not be there in time to help all the heroes essentially fight Shigaraki in this final form. I don't think they can survive it. And this is just such good writing by Horikoshi because we have this constant pull back and forth between the villains and the heroes. We think the villains have the leg up and then the villains kind of take it back, and they're having this constant pull back and forth with this fight, and I love the tension that it's making. So next chapter, get ready to figure out what's going on with AFO and his plan, and we'll probably see who is quickly approaching Deku here. But with that, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next class.